Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Basit and I am a university instructor and a business consultant. Today the topic that we are going to discuss, that is the approaches in measuring the performance of the employee. That is our today's topic. I would like you to watch this video till the end. One thing that I can promise, that you will learn lots of things in this video, specifically to those people who are working in the field of human resource or in the management. For them it is very important video. Now, why it is necessary to check the performance of the employee? Now, it is extremely important. Checking the performance of the employee is the backbone of the organization. Owners spend money and he want to check that how much their employees are growing or how much they are productive in the organization. So different organization will different system. They will have, some organization will have semi-annual appraisal process and some organization will have annual process. So after their performance appraisal, they want to evaluate the employee and giving the feedback to the employee that how much they are contributing towards the productivity of the organization and the growth of the organization. So for sake of this, it is absolutely important that you should measure the performance of your employee. As an owner of the business, you have to keep some important factors in your mind. That employee performance will depend upon these factors. What are those factors? Those factors is the working environment. Those factors are the compensation or remuneration provided to the employee, the bonuses, technology, your organization policy, and job satisfaction of the employee. So as an owner, you have to make sure that you provide all these things for your employee in order to have better performance in the organization. But in Afghanistan, I tend to ask people that why they are dissatisfied with their work. Actually, the reason is that if your organization have a promoting system on the basis of nepotism, on the basis of friend relationship, on the basis of the blood relationship, on the basis of close friendship, on the basis of friend relationship, on the basis of relatives in all these things, let me tell you one thing, your organization will not survive for a long period of time. Actually, you are looking at the death end. So you will have very few days to survive. So it is better, instead of this, in your organization, you have to develop a system where employees are encouraged to perform well. So for sake of this, we have the 5 approaches towards we can measure the performance of our employee. What are those 5 measures? The first one is the comparative approach, then followed with the attributive approach. The third one that we have is the behavioral approach, then we have the quality approach, and the last one is the result approach. My dear, don't worry about the complexity of this topic. This is my responsibility that I will explain all these 5 approaches in a best possible and easy manner. This is my responsibility. Okay, so the thing is that it's up to you. You can have one of these approaches, you can apply it in your organization, or it's up to you. You can choose the variety of this or multiple approaches to apply for your organization. The first one that we have, that is the comparative approach. Now, by the name indicates that comparative approach where you will compare your employees with their performances. You will compare employee within the group or within a department. It's my personal opinion that It is most useful in the manufacturing sector or specifically in the sales department. Now, what do you do in the comparative approach of measuring the performance? You will rank the employee. That let's suppose you have a group of salespeople and you have given them the task that you have to sell this product. Now, at the end of that period, that could be 6 months or 1 year, so you would start it to rank your employee. How will you rank it? Now, out of 100%, 10% would be your top performer, 40% would be your good performer, and 40% would be the average performer, and the last one is the remaining 10%. Remaining 10% would be your low performer. So what do? You will just encourage the top performer. You can promote them, you can give them bonuses and rewards, and those who are at the lower level or low performer for your organization, you can make a training program. The second one is the attribute approach of measuring the performance of your employee. Now, in attribute approach, we will design some of the parameters for our employee that your performance will be evaluated based on those parameters. What are those parameters? Let's suppose problem solving skill. Those parameters could be innovation, communication, and the last one is the creativity, that how much creativity you can bring. So these are the parameters you will set for the employees, and on the basis of that you will evaluate their performance. The third one that we have, that is the quality approach of measuring the performance of your employee. Now, in this approach is, according to my opinion, very useful in service sector, which include telecom, which include hospitality and education. So you can apply on this sector. Where you want to reduce the error, the responsibility of the employee is provide the services in a best quality and try to reduce the error, the number of error in providing those services. So the employee who satisfy more customer will be rewarded more, and they will be the top performer of your organization. Next one, we have the result approach of measuring the performance. Now, this result approach is very much close to the MBO, management by objectives. Now here in this approach, you will set a target for your employees, that whatever it takes, you have to achieve those targets. And at the end of the period, we will check that whether your performance is up to the standard or not. This approach is very useful in achieving your strategic goals. When we have the strategic goal, we will divide the strategic goals into some basic components based on finance, based on learning and growth, based on the number of customers, and then you will give these targets to your employees and let them achieve those targets. And at the end, you will check and evaluate their performance, that how much they have achieved. On the basis of this, you will evaluate them. This is the fourth approach of measuring the performance of the employee. And the last but not the least, we have the behavioral approach of measuring the performance of your employee. In this approach, the most important thing is the behavior of your employee, that how your employee behave in a certain situation. Now what do? You will put your employee into such a pressure cooker situation, and you will check that how does he react into that situation. You will put him in most challenging task. You will put him in the conflict situation. You will put him into a new task. So all these activities will be repeated, and you will check that how they behave. Your employee behavior is important, and based on this, you will evaluate. We have some metrics. We have to develop those metrics, and based on those metrics, you can easily measure the performance. Mostly the technique is the indirect technique through which you can measure their performance. Your feedback, your response is absolutely valuable and important for me. It encourages me to make more videos. So kindly subscribe my channel and click the bell icon that YouTube will notify you for my future videos. Thank you very much staying with me. Inshallah, we will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. The Allah Pam.